So she just starts shooing him. And I'm like, don't do that. And she just starts shooing him. And I get angry because the last thing I want to happen is someone to like pull out a phone and make a fucking TikTok of some old lady shooing a Chinese guy in a Walmart line and that going viral. And that would break my heart because I don't think my ego could handle my mother going viral before me. I don't think... What the fuck is up? This is the Constant State of Annoyance podcast, and I am your host, George Blaha. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for misclicking. This is going to be a tough one. I'm just glad you're here. I step behind this mic, this episode of the podcast, with a lot of anger, disgusted, furious, and embarrassed. I stepped behind this mic right after excommunicating myself with my mother. It's really hard to say because, you know, she's my mom. Like, I've known her forever. You know, she gave me milk. You know, she's helped me all these years with my life and with nourishment, and she's taught me things, but all my life has been a lie because I had to excommunicate myself from her because she's a racist. I never knew. 23 years of knowing her, I never knew. And what happened was, you know, I was working in my room. I went to the living room to check up on her, and she fell asleep watching Moonlight. The second, that's what happened. She fell asleep watching the movie, the Academy Award winning movie, Moonlight. The second that a movie about the experience of a black homosexual in modern America pops up on our TV screen, her racist body just shuts down. Her racist mind provokes her body to fall into a racist short-term coma. Okay? I fucking shook her. She wouldn't wake up. The second I turned off Moonlight, that's when she was like, ooh. And she woke up happy. She had a fresh fucking mindset after that fucking racist nap. And not only that, she was snoring hard. She was snoring very hard. She was fucking making these tiger-like noises. She was roaring. She was snoring so hard. And does she normally snore? Yes. But I believe that she was snoring during the movie Moonlight because she did not want to hear the accent of an African American in the background while she was sleeping. She was snoring hard to drown out the voices of black people. That was happening under my household. How am I going to recover from this? Huh? What am I supposed to do about this now? I don't know how to cancel. How am I supposed to cancel my mother? Okay? I don't have stairs to push her down from. You know? And not only that, what most bothered me was how happy she was when she woke up. Because she was most likely, I can't prove it, but I am pretty fucking sure that she was dreaming about a world, about a reality where Abraham Lincoln was aborted. And where the planes did not hit the Twin Towers, but it hit the Museum of African American History. She was probably dreaming about that. How do I cancel my mom? What is there to do right now? Because she doesn't work. Is there a way where I could, like, report her? Is there some, like, Black Panther that works in... Well, is there, like, a Black Panther that works in Social Security that could get her Social Security, like, instead of sending it to her, they could send it to me? Is there a way that I could take ownership of this house. Is there any way I could benefit myself? I just want my mom canceled. That's all. I want her to know the error of her ways. My mom's not racist. I don't know if you didn't understand. That was a joke. The most racist thing my mom did, it wasn't a racist thing. It was a fear-based thing. It was one time we were waiting in the line of Walmart. And I love my mom so much. We were at the line of Walmart. And she's like 60. She does snore hard. So it's like she does have like predisposed lung problems. I'm blanking out on the name. It's a pretty basic thing that. But we were at the line of Walmart. There was this Chinese guy, right? There's not a lot of Chinese people in Puerto Rico, but there was this Chinese guy, and he just kept on like getting closer, and he was not obeying social distancing, but and that was at the time where like we were all still terrified. This thing was still new, you know, and he just kept getting closer and closer to me, and like. She just goes and she shoos him. She starts shooing this because she like, I don't know. I guess she thought he didn't know Spanish or something. So she just starts shooing him. And I'm like, don't do that. And she just starts shooing him. And I get angry because the last thing I want to happen is someone to like pull out a phone and make a fucking TikTok of some old lady shooing a Chinese guy in a Walmart line and that going viral. And that would break my heart because I don't think my ego could handle my mother going viral before me. I don't think I can handle that. She being more famous than me. I don't want that to happen. You know, I'm here trying close to 100 episodes of the podcast. And one like 10-second video with like an unnecessary filter is posted on TikTok and everyone's talking about her. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's very weird times, man. I don't even know. It's very weird. I don't know what the average person is thinking about. The average Puerto Rican, at least, because that's where I live. But like, I don't know what the average Puerto Rican is like feeling about everything that's happening right now, because I've had like zero contact with in-person contact. Like I have, text, they talk on the phone, but I haven't been around a lot of people. Like the life I used to live, I used to talk to a lot of people. I used to get like a very real and honest feel of like, what people were actually thinking, like what was real and what is just, Twitter fodder. There's a lot of Twitter fodder out there. But right now, all I have to like understand just how tense the world is Twitter. And Twitter's always tense. Twitter's this overly extremist, tense place. And it's just, and it's designed like that because you don't have a lot of room to actually formulate a real opinion. And even on Facebook, I think it's always going to be tense because people have, room to make these big, hefty paragraphs on Facebook, and it's still like ignorant and dumb and misinterpreted. But it's like, and that's the only metric I have to like measure what the average person is feeling. And, and it's just, I know it's not real and I'm going insane because of it. It's pretty fucking wild. But the reason behind that rant is because that's what everyone's doing now on the internet. Everyone's like fucking pointing fingers. Jimmy Fallon got away. Luckily, I talked about that. Like if there's a team behind me, I'm just going to start acting like there's a fucking team behind me from now on. But yeah, Jimmy Fallon fucking, his agent killed it, dude. Killed it, outing himself the day before the riots. They fucking knew these people. They fucking understood, bro. But everyone's like pointing fingers at anything that's like questionably racist. Where you're like, I think you're, I don't know. Like I saw this one video and everyone was like, yeah, someone give me their address right now. I want to know where these people live. It's like, what are you going to do? What, are you going to light their house on fire? It was this fucking video of this like couple. You know these couples that like prank each other, but they like fake prank each other. You know, they probably hate each other, but like they make money by, you know, filming each other and pranking themselves. And it's like this one kid took these like did this like charcoal paint, like painted her face and then her arms and whatever while she was sleeping, and then she like woke up and he's like, "Oh my god, baby, like your skin's changing colors." Like the dumbest TikTok prank I've ever seen. I've seen good ones. That one was dumb. That one was dumb as fuck. And it was like, it was this innocent thing where, but it's like I don't think the intention was, I'm gonna paint blackface on my girlfriend, so she's like, she has to clean it off when she wakes up. I guess, I don't know, but it wasn't that. It really wasn't. I don't think the way I saw it, it didn't look like blackface. It just looked like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, smear paint on her face to inconvenience her when she wakes up. That's what I saw. I could be wrong. And dude, like on the comments of that tweet, people were just like going wild, going crazy, and it's like, what I like. It's crazy. Like this is what the world has gone to right now. You know what I mean? But honestly, if we're going to go to that extent, can we fucking please? Can someone release the name and address of those videos that go around of fucking toddlers smearing Nutella all over their faces? Okay, don't come with me with this fucking bullshit argument that he has an underdeveloped brain. He's still not conscious. Toddlers don't know what race is. Oh, yeah? Oh, really? Then why did I see this video of this fucking toddler smearing Nutella all over its face and giggling? Huh? Someone release that goddamn address. Someone fucking assure that this kid never gets an education. Someone, please release the address of this fucking toddler's house so I could go there, so I could buy a plane ticket during COVID season and throw a brick through their house. Please, por favor, so I could like light their mailbox on fire. Because how dare that fucking innocent little adorable chubby wubby toddler smear his face innocently with Nutella. He knew what he was fucking doing. Fuck, I'm pretty sure, dude. Do a fucking 23andMe to that goddamn toddler, and there is most likely generations upon generations of slave traders in his blood. Okay, someone please pay the person that babysits this fucking toddler to break its fucking fingers. Please. And post it on the deep web. Please. Someone please mail this baby to Hillary Clinton so she can fucking eat this baby on camera, on a red room, on the deep web. Please. This child does not deserve to have a future. Okay? What I'm going to do, man, I'm going to devote because I am not racist. I am someone who's always been anti-racist because that's something you have to say. Every day on Twitter, you have to say how much you hate racist. It's so fucking weird. That's so weird. It's like, of course you are. Of course you are not. It's like, I broke from the bit. I'm going to go back to the bit in a second. But I don't like this. My point being, I don't like when people are constantly saying obvious things and questionably obvious things, and they're getting like patted on the back over and over again because they said something that's pretty fucking obvious that like the average citizen should know. It's like we should end racism now. And it's like, okay. And I do understand, like, you know, like the Black Lives Matter movement, how I understand how powerful that sentence is, and I guess that there is things that like I guess people, because of the system and everything, like they feel like their lives aren't worth that much. And of course, depending where you're raised, and there's a lot of holes and a lot of, just a lot of bullshit set in place for like African Americans to fail. And there's a lot of evidence of that. Just fucking Google Gary Webb, dude. Like this guy was killed. Was that the guy that was shot twice in the head? Was that the guy that supposedly he shot himself twice in the head because he revealed that like the CIA was like making crack flow through the African American community? It was something. I'm gonna have to Google that now that I fucking mentioned it. I'm gonna get back to the bit. I'm not gonna forget about the bit. It's not gonna be some unclosed tangent like every fucking episode. I hate this browser. Let me see. Gary Webb. Right. I think he was an American journalist. There's just one image. Let me see where it is. Where is it? Gary Webb. Right? He shot himself twice in the face. Some shit like that. Let me see. I think this is the image. Gary Webb told America that the CIA put drugs in African American neighborhoods, and yep, that's the guy that shot himself twice. He shot himself twice in the head. Yeah, it's crazy. Like there's a lot of underlying evil, and there's a lot of experimentation that's been done. It's horrible. Like it sucks the fact that just because you slid out of the wrong vagina. I mean, life is all about, sliding out of the wrong vagina, but it's just like you may have slid out of the vagina of a great person, but just because, you have that DNA and that dark skin color, your life is fucked. Like that's fucking, it's sad. And sometimes I guess if you're never given the opportunities that other people have, I guess you would feel like, man, just because I'm black, I guess I'm worth less. But it's like, yeah, so I'm all for with the Black Lives Matter movement, but what I'm not for is all these fucking these like deaf to racism and people patting them on the back, like support black artists, and it's like, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like it's just like, dude, like thousands upon thousands of retweets, like people saying super obvious shit, and it's just like I don't want to feel like a kid. I feel like I'm a child, dude. I feel like all these people around me, they're fucking, dude, it's childish. The fact that you're just saying this, it's like, yeah, like you're not supposed to be racist, and I guess you should support black artists if their art is good. Like it doesn't matter who the person is who's doing the art, I guess, as long as it's good. It's like, it's weird. It's weird. And the fact that I haven't seen people, like, I haven't been around people I like. And, like, I guess the only two, I guess, like, portals, windows that I have to the outside world now that I don't have a car, and the only two places that I've been are my job and my house, because I don't have a car, so I don't have, like, the liberty to go out, like, before quarantine because no one's going to take me. It's just, I've only been around, the only two places that I am exposed to people are at my job and Twitter. And it's just like, it's not a good place to, judge the human race based upon that. And it's just, it's weird. It's weird. It's sickening. And I wish that wasn't the case, man. I really do. But back to the bit of the baby, yeah, I'm going to fucking change my identity, quit my job, leave my hometown. I'm going to fucking shave my mustache. The one thing that just gets me laid, the missing link. All these years of just struggling with women, I finally found a mustache. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to remove my stash. Fuck it. I'm gonna grow a unibrow to just embody a completely different person. I'm gonna remove my moles. No one's going to know that I am me because I'm going to remove my moles. And I'm going to fucking track down the baby that smeared Nutella all over his fucking face. This racist, blackophobe baby. And I'm going to fucking offer my babysitting services. Like, I'm going to offer for a ridiculous price, $5 an hour. Oh, yeah. And this baby's going to get what he's coming. Oh, boy, am I going to give him swirlies? Am I going to waterboard this racist fucking baby? I'm going to teach him a lesson or two. Oh, yes, I'm going to fucking kick him to a ceiling fan. I'm going to close a grand piano on its feet because I will not rest until every racist gets what's coming to them. It's so fucking weird out there, man. It's so weird. Did you see the picture? The TikTok. I didn't know it was a TikTok. I only saw a picture. But then I found out it was a TikTok, and I looked up the TikTok, and it's like, oh man, I think she was Australian. I saw a tweet that someone said that it was German. I have to get off Twitter. I saw a tweet of someone saying that she was like German, but I think she was like Australian. This Australian 16-year-old who did like half a blackface, but who did like, she's like one of these makeup TikTokers. And she did, and look, I'm I'm not condoning it, but it's like her heart was in the right place, and the makeup did look good. Like, she was like half black, half white, and it was like the fusion of the both races. Like, we are all one. That's what it was supposed to mean. It came from a very beautiful place, and the fact that she's not even from America, she's just someone on the outskirts who's like watching the news, and she's like, this is bullshit. I'm going through puberty. I'm trying to grow my TikTok. She's a 16-year-old who's supposed to be this like self-absorbed, edgy asshole teenager, but that's not what she is. That's not who she is. She saw a thing. She saw an injustice in the world, and of course, she's 16-year-old. She's 16 years old, and let me take some water. She's 16 years old, and she saw what was happening in a place that wasn't her country, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to use my talent to show that I am part of the cause. I am all for, I want to end racism. And she did this like, short TikTok makeup tutorial, and she did half a black face. And now this poor 16-year-old is like apologizing to fucking journalists. It's so weird, to be angry at this person who knows all the death threats that this poor teenager got. She fucking walks outside her house, and there's like a dead kangaroo burning on her front porch. Like, someone smeared fucking koala blood all over the doorknobs of her house, because koalas have AIDS. And, she's being like hazed, like death threats upon death threats, dude. Like, this poor... Like, she's having a bad week. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. But what a weird fucking world we're living in, man. It's so fucking... But, again, I'm not good doing I will admit, I don't do good podcasts when the world is on fire. I don't know what to say. All I'm going to say... Because I'm brown. Again, like, my whole stance on everything is that you don't choose the vagina. You slide off of. You don't choose your color of skin. You barely, there's so many things that aren't in your control, and simply just hating another individual that, again, may have different circumstances of life, but we could both bond over the fact that we're like thrown in this world involuntarily, and if this is a simulation, our character was created randomly. If we live, like, if life is a simulation, dude, like, there was no custom creation, dude. Like, we just hit random character and we just woke up when we were 4. That's what being in this simulation fucking is, dude. No one customize. If we could customize our character, there would be no ugly people. there wouldn't be twins unless if there's a co-op mode. There wouldn't be twins. There wouldn't be Siamese twins, conjoined twins. That wouldn't be a fucking thing if there was character creation, dude. There wouldn't be crippled people unless if you could choose like the difficulty of the game you want to play in this simulation. I don't know. Maybe our souls chose this, I don't even know. But we don't choose what we look like, what our name is, who our parents are. And I think there's a lot of that to just take into account, and from both sides. And I understand, people who have been mistreated because of their race over and over again. You're going to be a little bit radicalized. You're going to be like, yeah, fuck white people. That's the fucking attitude that you're going to adopt. And I don't blame a person for adopting that attitude, but I just would like to live in a world, I guess George Blaha's perfect world, the way that I would look at society, and a perfect society, the 23-year-old me right now, of course, and I may be very wrong at this, but just a world where we all just have this realization, dude, you didn't choose your race, I didn't choose mine, there's no need for this tension, and in a world where we could all just, again, as a comedian, we could all just talk shit about one another. That's all I want. Really. I'm not saying where we're all doing blackface and whiteface, but just we could all just acknowledge the difference of every culture and just, I perceive this culture through my cultural lens, and this is why this is funny to me. I don't think that's wrong. I don't know. What I'm afraid of, and it isn't going to happen. It isn't going to happen. But, I guess what always scares me when these things happen is, people aren't going to want, legit, honest humor about either race or sex, which is just, but it's, it's the real deal. It's real, dude. There are differences in between each race and because of culture or upbringing, and it is what it is, but... Man, who the fuck knows, man? Who the fuck knows? I really hope that the world's going to be in a better place, man. There's going to be some sort of real police reform. Not I don't know, put a body cam on him. I don't know. It's crazy, man. But in a way, I'm glad a lot of us are waking up to just the bullshit system we live in, and I'm glad we are railing against it all. I just hope it's for the good. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the world is going to look. That's crazy. That's what scares me. Because I've been in this, I've hit pause on the simulation, basically. The simulation hit pause on a lot of our lives, if you really think about it, since because of the whole quarantine, but now, things are slowly coming back together. And my life is still in pause. I still don't have a car. And I'm still in a place that I don't want to be. I work a job that I don't want to work. Life has been in pause. There's no way for me to make moves, to make power moves. It's not going to happen. And it just sucks because I don't have the resources. I don't have a car. I'm stuck in this situation. So... And it's just you watch the news and things are constantly changing. It's I don't know, when I finally have the freedom of having a car again, the freedom of being able to make my own moves and just try to mold my life the way I would like to see it as, but what are going to be the new hurdles that are going to be in my way now? Now that's what fucking scares me. I know that scares a lot of people too. So we'll fucking see, man. All I could say is look, I'm not white. I'm not black. I'm brown. I guess. I don't know if it's a good idea to tan. Brown people are looking at the news okay, who's going to win the race war? Should I tan more? should I fucking stay inside? You know, if things go to the extremes. I don't know. There are people, by the way, this is a stereotype. This is a stereotype that a lot of people don't talk about. The shape-shifting Puerto Rican. Dude, Puerto Ricans can shape-shift. They could flip-flop from one race to the other. I've seen it happen. There's this one model I follow, and she's a great person, you know, but it's fucking hilarious because she does this weird transformation one day. I met her in person. We talked, whatever. Nice person, great person. And I guess she kind of like has my skin color, a little lighter. And she had like one of these like liberal, short-haired cuts. She had one of these like liberal short-haired cuts, and she had like, I guess like gray hair, you know, when that used to be popular, when looking like an old person, when having like fake synthetic gray hairs, looking like an old person was the way to go. Everyone wants to look younger, but not now. I don't know if women were doing that just to like, you know, to drink while they were underage. That was probably the reason why that was popular. But yeah, I met her and whatever. She had one of these like short haircuts, and I follow her on Instagram. That's what you do with hot chicks. And she, you know, she looked kind of whitish. She had like one of those like white short hair Karen haircuts. And then one day I was scrolling. I'm like, who's this model? And she had these, they weren't dreadlocks. They were, I'm blanking out on the name right now. They were these, I don't know what they're called. I really don't know what those are called when you like intertwine your hair. Fuck. They're not treads. The other fucking thing. My point being that, you know, the twirly whirlies, and it's like, it's an organized dreadlock. It's, you know, it's a clean dreadlock. And it, you know, it was this like really tanned, almost black person with this haircut. I know I didn't follow this person. I'm like, who is this person? I go into the profile, and it was the whitish model with the Karen haircut. And I'm like, does she just shift from one race to another? It was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. If you want to see this person, by the way, I don't hate her. I don't think she's a bad person because of this. It's just it's just like it's a complete change of how she looks. Like, no one addressed it in the comments. No one was like, how did you flip-flop from one race to the other? But I'm telling you, a lot of Puerto Ricans are going to flip-flop from one race to the other quickly. A lot of Puerto Ricans are going to like overly tan just so they can completely sing the lyrics of rap songs. Anyways, let me look for the inspirational quote of the week. But anyways, I have a segment on this podcast where I say an inspirational quote. I love inspirational quotes. They really help me get through my week. And the inspirational quote of the week is, don't be pushed by your problems. Be led by your dreams. This is a very beautiful quote, but if I was a hack, what I would say about this quote is, I love this quote because it says, be led by your dreams, and that is exactly why I sleep 11 hours a day. Some fuck. All these people that are like, oh my God, I love sleeping. You fucking depressed motherfucker. Go do something with your life. Anyways, that's the podcast. I hope you motherfuckers enjoyed it. If you're not following me on social media, please follow the podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. On Instagram. No one's on Facebook, but follow the podcast on Instagram and on Facebook. All that information is on the episode notes. I do videos, I do skits. You can follow my personal Instagram. All that information is on the episode notes, or if you're watching on YouTube, the description. But anyways, thank you for listening. I'll keep you motherfuckers posted. Peace the fuck out!